Hey, this is Zachlog the Great. So, I started this YouTube channel a little over 4 years ago after the election of President Donald Trump, and after I saw the absolutely insane reactions to his election. Um, at the moment, we are waiting to find out whether uh, Trump will be in office another 4 years. I do not think the question is settled, and I do believe that an honest vote, an honest election, would put President Trump back in office. Um, the only doubt in my mind is whether we are going to see the results of an honest election, or whether the Democrats are going to succeed in pulling off the fraud that that they are working on. But I thought it might be interesting to talk about Trump as president so far, and the good and the bad, and you know where I see just how it's been to me. Um, so the good, the positives. What do I like about President Trump? Um, Contrary to a lot of people, I am very happy with his communication style. I don't think he needs to lay off a Twitter or be more conciliatory. The the people the elitists he mocks and derides are awful people. They are horrible people. They deserve all of the contempt that President Trump pours on them and more. Uh, so someone with his position, with his reach, you know, just showing such disdain for these people, that's a big win to me. Well, a big win, but that is a definite positive. Um, Second positive, uh, his presidency has had a remarkable record of as has been said, of pulling off the mask, of exposing so many exposing how worthless and dishonest the media are, to people who were not previously aware of this. I mean, I've had a pretty good idea for a long time. Um, exposing just how incl- exposing just how corrupt many supposedly on the right are. Oh, we gotta build that wall. We gotta take down Obamacare. Okay, here's an opportunity. Um, no, thanks. Maybe we could do that next year, Mr. McCain. I will not speculate on his current residency. Um, President Trump has opposed the use of critical race theory in the government and in government institutions, uh, which is absolutely poisonous, hateful ideology. Um, so that's another positive. Uh, he's done some things about the wall, building the wall, halting illegal immigration, Not as much as not as much as many hoped, but he has accomplished something. Got to give credit. Um, One more major thing. As I said, I believe an honest, count of the election would make President Trump, would have President Trump reelected, and he's fighting for it, which sets him apart from the vast majority of national level Republicans. They don't fight. They believe in losing gracefully. Well, he doesn't. He actually is kind of interested in winning. That's a positive. Uh, so the negatives. President Trump is, a man of his generation. He is a, baby boomer, and as part of that, the term is civic nationalist, and he believes that anyone can maybe not anyone, but he believes that you can become an American. America is an idea that people join into, and you know he has shown, especially by some actions this year, that he buys into large parts of the left's racism narrative. He still gives them the moral high ground that quote unquote racists are beyond the pale. He just disagrees with about who those in particular are. You give them that ground, you lose. Like there's if you cede that ground to them, ultimately you are going to lose to them because it's their plan. It's their theory. It works for them. He is working this past year on and you've especially seen this 2020 in response to the death of George Floyd from overdosing on fentanyl while in police custody. The death of George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter. He's this year he's instituted criminal justice reform. We've seen this before. We've done this before. All that means is we're going to be allowing criminals back onto the street to prey on innocent people. It's just going to get more people killed. It's going to wreck more lives. And he just a couple months ago he unveiled his platinum plan for to improve Black Americans' lives, which to me that sounds an awful lot like reparations. Which we would never do reparations. Oh no, we couldn't do that. But here's this big sum of money. Oh, it's loans, which will never be paid back. It's just another Danegeld. Just here, have some money. Stop making trouble for us. What happens once you have paid him the Danegeld? He goes away and leaves you alone, right? That's how the poem goes. And President Trump and a lot of his supporters talk endlessly about how much he's done for blacks and Hispanics and lowest black unemployment and all these wonderful things. I have never once heard these people talk about what he's done for white Americans. We're just not in the picture. I mean, his most reliable voting bloc doesn't care. I mean, and there's a lot of things, that we wanted to see, reigning, a lot of things that he talks about that he doesn't act on, reining in, big tech censorship, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, um, other things. And part of the question for that, um, he's fighting the entire system. He's fighting, the unelected bureaucracy, the FBI, clearly, a lot of the court systems. He's, fighting significant parts of the Republican Party on a lot of these things. And even in the office of president, there are limitations in how much can one man do, fighting the whole system. Some of these shortcomings are just limitations that you can't do anything about. Some of them he chose. Some of them are his choices. Some of them are his failing of vision or failing of will. He's still the best we were likely to get for a long time. And as I said, I firmly believe an honest count of the 2020 election puts President Trump back in office. The only question in my mind is, are we going to get that honest count? I'm glad for a lot of what he's done. I hope he has another 4 years. He's not perfect. May God save this country from the wicked men who plot to lie, steal, and cheat their way into power. And God be with you.